Hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Here we go. Hey, I'm pro saxophonist Jeff Anderson, and you're watching Put Your Sax Together. If you keep your free PDL, try to save it. Try to you save it. Save this free PDL right now. Don't throw it away. If you do, you don't have a chance to download it. And keep this and finally keep this free PDL. Please see Put Your Sax Together, starring Jeffrey Anderson, since July 5th, 2017. I wrote this down. I was young, and I will create the YouTube, YouTube channel, in my own YouTube channel. See how you look for it. Okay, let's see. Lesson 18. Let's talk about the flute versus clarinet. Let's talk about this. That's it for the free PDL. Just download it. If you can, just download it, please. All right, let's begin. Let's get started. Let's begin. Let's talk about flute. Let's talk about flute. It's always you need to squat move. Then you take it back. You go to the website. Just go to the website. Number one, flute. Flute is a pipe instrument. It's a pipe woodwind instrument. Flute is a pipe woodwind instrument. It is piccolo, C flute, alto flute, tenor flute, bass flute, and country alto flute, and country bass flute. There are seven flute instruments. It's a pipe woodwind instrument. Alright, let's talk about the flute. I see that it is a flute right there. It's called a regular. It's called a piccolo flute, alto flute, bass flute, tenor flute, country alto flute, and country bass flute. Right there. And you have a pretty very easy sound. And to get all seven flutes in it. The flute is a classical flute, and jazz flute, And it said we'll find a profession play elementary school, middle school, high school, college, church, and home. Play all the classical flute and all the jazz flute. And you talk about your situation. We have a situation. Let's move on. two, finally, number two. Let's talk about the clarinet. Let's talk about the clarinet. Eight, 10 different sound of clarinet, 10 different types of clarinet. This is how you get the piccolo. It gets talk about your disc. Clarinet is a single woodwind instrument. It's a single woodwind instrument. Okay? This is how you get how to do it in the clipper sound over the trianism. It's a wood grind. It's a wood grind. It's a mechanism instrument. Piccolo clarinet. E flat clarinet. A clarinet. B flat clarinet. E flat alto clarinet. B flat bass clarinet. E flat country alto clarinet. B flat country bass clarinet. And country double and country baritone E flat baritone clarinet. And B flat tenor clarinet. I told you, there's a 10 different. There are 10 different types of clarinet. And they see how they're gonna work. They see how to make that classical clarinet and jazz clarinet. Play. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Play at elementary school, middle school, high school, college, church, and home, and more. Same with the flute. And you talk about it, you did something with it, and you clap it, how to make a bass, and how to make a sound of the make a bass, and to make a voice of the clarinet. If you want to, go to the website, and you go to the internet, the football is back. They start tomorrow. And if we try, you go on, you see, let's do end of the video. Alright, before we end of the video, you can just go to the website right now. You can see how to get it. Thank you for talking about the flute versus clarinet. And thank you for talking about classical flute, jazz flute, classical clarinet, and jazz clarinet. So thank you for watching the just try to see today. I was so appreciated. It go what it over to everything just go wrong. Coming up next week, we're going to how to play the Maputo with Christopher Sanborn. With next week, we're going to how to play the Maputo with Christopher Sanborn. That was coming up next week. Good website. Just go to the website at www.putyoursaxtogether.com. And go to TikTok. Meta, Twitter, Instagram, and podcast and YouTube channel. And my website too. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. This week we're going to put out together it is C, D, E, G, A, and B. Here we go. Perfect. Nice job.